Eagle Eye Football here. Crystal Palace 1, Brighton 1. I'm tried here with Rich. Thoughts on the game today?
I'm disappointed. It's weird. Like obviously the lineup came up, and it was like, oh my gosh, we're so defensive. But you know what? First off, I think we did really well. I think the only real threats were from distance, apart from is it Adringa who might have had a decent chance in the first half. But after that, I think we were in control, as in like we weren't really tested, we weren't really under any sort of pressure. And the moment we realised, we can actually press then, we'll get in some chances. And fair play to Chris Richards at the time. He pressed their keeper and we got a goal from it. Great goal from Ayew, great ball from Elise. And then we just sat back. I mean, the first 5 minutes of the second half we were alright, but then we just sat back. And it was like, I think I might have tweeted it at the time, I was just like, we just dropped right off. You know, and I even put a message in one of the group chats, I was like, we can't do this for 20 minutes. It's just too long a time, you know. It allowed both Duncan, the other centre-back, I don't even know his name, to just push up the pitch. You know, literally we were camped. And that's why I'm annoyed. Because I think we threw it away more than anything.
Do you think that us dropping off, do you think that's something that Hodgson said, or do you think that's just something that we did, I guess, instinctively? Do you think Roy started settling for the 1-0 early?
It's typical Roy, innit? You know, I can't even say that the players' mindset, because when you think about the substitutes he made, you could say they were the right substitutions. So, I mean, the Eze one is a bit controversial because of where he played, but him coming on is not an issue. But then also I think the yellow cards we picked up, I think that played a factor, because they were like getting in between, like behind our midfield quite easy, and like every time they were running, like we're obviously hacking them down, cynical fouls and so on and so forth, picking up yellow cards, you know. But at the end of the day, I think, for me personally, I know you feel differently about it. That decision to put Eze on the wing for me I think it was an error. Yes, he could have scored. He should have taken it first time. I agree with that. But when you think about the fact that Gross went to right back, who's normally adventurous in midfield, we're now asking Ebbs, coming back from injury, to do what Jordan Ayew does and run up and down the wing defensively, and it just didn't work. And there's little lackluster pass back into the middle of the park, which is like, just get rid and let us regroup. You know, it was yeah.
The last question I'll ask you before man of the match is, Dean Henderson had a great game against Man City, but boy did he have some flappy hands today.
It was a weird one, like, because first off he was brilliant, and I think it's just a mentality thing with it. Like, we're 1-0 up and it's like, oh my gosh, let's defend, and I think it seeped through. The nervousness just seeped through the whole team. You know, he was like, shots were coming in and he's having to take 1, 2, 3 attempts to gather the ball in. You know, his kicking's terrible. Like, his kicking is so bad compared to obviously what we're used to with Johnston. I don't think he could do anything about the header. I mean, I guess we can look at starting position, but I'll tell you what, it's a really good header from Welbeck. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to be too harsh on him, because you know what, he's had. Yeah, it's only the second game, and like I said, first half he was brilliant. Second half, I think just because the whole team set off, it became very nervy.
Finally, man of the match.
I have a few candidates, and for different reasons. I think Lerma was good. I think Lerma's normally always good. Chris Richards, off the ball, defensively, brilliant. On the ball, a mess.
Passing forwards, a mess.
Which is a shame, because defensively I think he was just everywhere. Kleiny, another solid performance from him today. But I'm going to go JP. Because, I mean, there's something about the transfer window. He turns into like, no, I'm not going to say that. Let me not say. He turns into a very good striker.
Who's he going to say?
I'll tell you afterwards. But whenever the transfer window comes along, his hold-up play was good. His first touch was good.
Bro did
his
step
link-up
overs.
play was good. He should have had an assist. Like, he was brilliant today. He was really good. So JP.
Rich, up the Palace.
Up the Palace.